Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Big Ziff here. Today I'm going to be talking about why I think Ganyu is a free-to-play trap for players. And before I get started, I just want to make it very, very clear that I am not making this video to badmouth her or to say that she is a bad character, because that is quite the opposite. She is a very good character. But do I think she's the best choice for summoning as a 5-star for a free-to-play player? No. So I'm going to get into it. It's okay if you want to disagree with me. Let me know in the comments why you feel a certain way about it. That's kind of what I want to get out of this, is kind of like a free-to-play discussion between everyone. But just for starters, again, you can summon for Ganyu for absolutely any reason that you want. The following statements will pretty much just be my own opinion. So I wanted to kind of just make a pros and cons list to caution the free-to-play players about Ganyu, and to caution free-to-play players about summoning in general. But anyways, let's just get into it. So for the pros, some of the reasons to get her as a free-to-play player, or some of the reasons to use your primos to get her, would be one, that you need a strong bow user or a cryo user. This is kind of obvious. Number two, maybe you just want that sexy waifu, or you enjoy her playstyle as a bow user. But obviously she's, from what people have shown today, she's extremely strong at C0 with the correct gearing, and she'll be ridiculously good with a 4-piece cryo set with like a water support on her team like Mona or Jingchu. But also her ultimate is like massive AoE damage, and it might make her one of the best like DPS supports along with Venti. And this is also because like her aim shot as well doesn't need to necessarily hit the target. It can kind of just hit the ground and it'll bloom still. So now, those are most of the pros. There's probably more. Again, this is just my personal opinion, but now I'm going to get you guys ready to hear like the list of cons I've made. So some of the cons, the first one mainly being that you're summoning for her just because you saw some crazy high damage numbers on like a streamer's or a whale's account, pretty much, with stacked artifacts and like the refined 5 almost bow, etc., things like that. If you prepped a year in advance, or like you're willing to grind to get her stuff, then by all means summon for her. But I just don't think that basing the damage from someone else's account is like a clear translation over to what your Ganyu will be like at C0. So just keep that in mind. A lot of the damage will only get higher and more convoluted as the day goes on too. So as you watch more guides on Ganyu, many of these streamers and whales are going to have her C6 or just before C6. So just keep that in mind as well. Another one of the main reasons why I don't think she's great and why I'd consider it a trap banner for free to plays is because the 4 stars on the banner are very like meh. They're very in the middle. After the initial 5-star in question, this should be like your number one priority as a free-to-play, is like, who are the 4 stars and can I get good constellations for a lot of these good characters? So Zhanglin and Noelle are 2 characters that everyone has, and in my opinion, unless you have no other characters or you have really high constellations on them, they're like pretty mid-tier 4-star supports and like healers, so you don't necessarily need them. I would say Jingchu is like a god tier 4-star, but he's not guaranteed. It's a 1 in 3 chance for those that are on the banner. So just keep that in mind. Another reason why I think this is a trap and why you should probably like think about it before doing it is that Xiao and Hu Tao are coming out very soon, and other 5 stars in the future. So you just kind of need to look ahead and see kind of what your team needs, or what is going to be most beneficial to you, or who you're going to have the most fun with. That's really what it's about. It's like, what character am I going to have the most fun with? For me personally, I don't like Ganyu. It's because I don't like running around as a DPS or even a support as a bow user. Like, it's just not fun for me to play that way. So I think characters like Hu Tao or Xiao would be more towards my playstyle of like being this fast-paced sort of, in the enemy's face sort of thing. But again, it's up to you. I'm just trying to like caution the free-to-play community so that they know. So that's my personal reason. I don't like that there's this like charge shot meta that's emerging for her, although it's very, very powerful. Don't get me wrong, it is extremely powerful. I just really enjoy like the faster playstyles like Kaching or Razor or potentially Xiao or Hu Tao in the future. Like, I think those are very more appealing to me. But again, Ganyu obviously can do DPS numbers pretty much, and she would be a god tier support for me, but I really just need to conserve Primo Gems at this point, and they're really just Primo Gems that I don't. But yeah, I'll just kind of start to wrap this up. So like summary overall and main takeaways, summon for characters that you want, not characters that a streamer tells you is broken or cracked or whatever. Like obviously, take what they say with a grain of salt. A lot of them have ridiculously high gearing and ridiculously high bank accounts, so they can pretty much get whatever desired effect they want for a character. So like when I accidentally got Klee when she was on the first banner, like I wanted the 4 stars, but I didn't want her, and I got her. I thought I was gonna have this crazy like stacked team now, but it ended up being that she was a really like mid-tier support for me because I didn't have the correct gearing and things like that. So just think carefully before you summon on a banner, see what your team needs, and don't get into this like banner craze hype that streamers and YouTubers put out for every single character. Like, you do not need to summon on every single banner. Save up for the ones that you need and try to get the 4 stars that you need. Just drill that into your head. And just to like, as a closing statement, by no means do I think Ganyu is a bad character. I think she is a fantastic 5-star. Obviously, she's one of the coolest and stronger bow users in the entire game. And she's really good DPS and support. But just be aware of her abilities and her playstyle. And if you're like me and you don't like running around with a bow or doing these charged aim shots and that sort of thing, then maybe she's not for you. Maybe, someone on the next banner is. So just keep that in mind. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Ganyu, and if as a free-to-play, or a whale, whatever your case may be, whatever. If you're summoning for her and what you're kind of going to gear her with. Because I know a lot of people don't have the means or don't have the Amos bow. Just let me know down below. Otherwise, please leave the video a like and consider subscribing. And other than that, I will catch you guys in the next one.